It is a storm at 3:30 p.m. This is my first time experiencing this in Animal Crossing. There is a lot we need to go over, so it's time to get out of this weather and step inside to discuss what's going on this episode. Before we get into things, I need to welcome you to my new office space. This used to be my crafting room, but ever since I got my upstairs, I've totally worked on transforming that into my DIY workshop area, and this room was kind of neglected for a while, so it has now turned into my office. One of my villagers, Gail, told me she was moving out a couple days ago. That was kind of exciting because even though she was nice, she's the pink alligator with the heart on her snout, and her house is just up on the first cliff tier along with the other houses that are in that section, so they're all kind of close together, but hers in particular just blocked the flow of transit through the island. It's a relatively small space, but just because of the stairs, the way they come up to the first tier, the house was right in the way of where a walking path would be. And after running through it so many times, it's kind of like the museum, where after a while of constantly running into it, I'm like, okay, this is what needs to change. We are moving her house over to a new section. That which is the little nook right next to the museum, because expanding that out that section created a nice little pocket for that to move right into. So that does mean that I have dismantled my Zen garden area. If I'm doing this, we're right next to the water. Why not expand this waterway a bit? I've taken out a lot of it previously, and let's incorporate a bridge. With doing that, we have this section where the house can be tucked right into the cliffside and have this yard space that's separated from the mainland. It's something new I haven't done before, and I've only built one bridge prior to this, but I did run into a little bit of a snag, that being I can't move the house of a villager who is about to move, so I have not yet been able to move Gail's house. So I laid out where the house is going to go, but I can't move it just yet, and as of recording this, Gail has moved out, but I can't move the plot until somebody new moves in, so we gotta find a new villager. Man, after PC issues, first it was the microphone, then it was different apps, the whole thing crashed. Long story short, it's fixed and it seems better. Get a little like barbecue area, but that's not what we're here about. We have someone staying at the campsite, and man, if it doesn't look cool, oh my god. Oh, hello. Are you scratching yourself? Weird. And Sahara's here as well. So we get multiple visitors. But man, it looks so cool to have a tent here and actually fill up the space. Still a fan. But let's see who it is. If it's someone I don't like, I don't have to invite them, but you know. Oh, you look worse for wear. I think I'm good. You're fine. Well, I think that means that I spend some Nook miles and we go island hopping. All right, island time. Let's see if there is someone. There is. Pink hippo, I see you. You are a curious one. But no. Alright, time for another try. Who is this? No, thank you. Well, here's yet another island. Who are you? You're interesting. Rodeo. I'm Rodeo. Island number 4, and look who it is. I have Bam, but then now we have Bruce. They look like they could be cousins. You're like a gazette or something. You're Kyle, right? From Redstone? You're a long way from home, or at least I think you are. You just need to puzzle out mine. You're cool. I like you. And I also don't have your villager type, which is awesome, because I keep running into jocks. Shake some stuff up. Want to come to my island? Are you really asking me to move to Redstone? Yeah. Usually a problem for me. Oh, blah, blah. It's a great island. I'm just funning with you. Contact Tom Nook feller. Awesome. Reckon I ought to start packing up my stuff just as soon as I get back home from here. Guess I won't be calling that place home much longer, will I? Cool. Looks like a nifty dude. And yeah, like I just said, not a villager type that I have, so it'll be nice to get some more diversity in there. But then, kind of interesting, you're like a slightly more teal version of Bam. I am happy, because I was like, okay, island number 3, island number 4, what's it gonna be? But we're good now. Oh boy, it feels good to have a new villager. The thought occurred in my head that if I didn't find somebody that I liked right then and there, after a few tries, I could leave the spot empty, because it looks like in this game, we have the power to essentially choose who we want to move in based on who we find, instead of randomly having somebody move in of their own free will. Bruce is looking like a pretty good candidate. Like I said, could be Bam's cousin for all we know. They're pretty similar, but his character archetype is different than anyone else that I have on the island, so that'll be great to be able to bring him in and add some diversity that way. He's going to be moving in tomorrow, so that means the day after that, I'm going to be able to actually move his house, or set that up to move. So it'll be a couple days, and once he's in there, I can do up the front yard and see what that's going to turn into. But I didn't know who was going to move in, so I didn't want to start designing it right away. I kind of want it to sort of fit their personality, and now that I know who it is, I can start thinking up some ideas. But until then, I think this is a great place to leave it off. Thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned for next episode where we design that front yard section for Bruce.